Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
I'm James, your black friend. I guess I'm cool.
and this is kind of the fat and black connection.
Uh, I don't know what's going on, man. This thing is irritating me right now.
So I mentioned in the chat. I don't know who's following along out there, but we are live. It is September 18th, 2024. But we do have some technical issues. James, uh, post KaboomCon, spilled coffee all over his laptop, and is using a Bootsy backup laptop that evidently got an update recently.
Yeah, I like it. It updated last week, and now it's acting up. Like I had everything. Everything was set. I made sure the camera was good. Well, as good as it could be, and the mic just to be my backup because this is the one I use for I'm pulling audio for when I'm pulling audio and stuff for Oak Bridge. It's just an easier way to get all that stuff pulled and filed up. But now, for some reason, my camera decided it didn't want to work today.
And just to make sure, you did check up in the web bar. It's showing that your camera is attached and
Yeah, like it says.
allowed.
Yeah, it says make sure your camera's not being used by something else. And I'm like, what the hell else would I be using it on? Like, I don't have anything else. Uh, I'm in my. I'm go. I just got into my
Well,
computer
I
settings
apologize
themselves.
to our audience that you have to look at just me because I know how much you all enjoy looking at James's handsome face. Uh, but while you're still trying to figure some stuff out, I have two items today. Two new interesting items. One food, one beverage. Which should I start with?
Do the food.
All right. So this is a Reese's Big Cup, but it's chocolate lava.
Hmm.
So it appears to have like some type of fudge layer. I'm guessing. Have you had this one?
No, I haven't even seen that one yet.
Yeah, I just saw this earlier this week when I went to get gas, and I went into the gas station, and I didn't buy it when I first saw it because I was like in a hurry. But I was like, I will go back, and so deliberately went back this morning to pick this up for the show tonight. So normal looking big cup. Mm. Mm.
Is it extra chocolatey or something?
Layer of chocolate fudge on the bottom.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I would say the peanut butter overwhelms it, so you don't even really taste it. Notice that it's there.
It, yeah. Let's see here.
So it's good, but I guess I'd rather have a Reese's Big Cup with Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. I like the one with the or I know was there one with pretzels or was it just the one with potato chips? Yeah, the one with pretzels was good. I like that one too.
So I also have a beverage, and thanks to my wife, she picked this up, which I also need to call out because before our next episode, she will have her birthday. So happy birthday to my wife. Um,
Yes,
don't forget to call her actually on day of, James.
I will
So this
remember.
is a limited edition. It's a Coca Cola creation, and they
Wait. Is it the Oreo one? Yeah, I grabbed one of those too. I saw it and I was like, "Yo, I need to have that on
so
the
is yours
show."
regular sugar or is it zero sugar? Okay,
No, this
yeah.
is
So
zero sugar.
that's what I have now. What I didn't know is that there's evidently also Oreo cookies, Coke flavored.
No,
I want to
that
try it.
no.
So you have this as well
I
right now?
I mean,
Oh well, let's
yeah.
give it a shot. I guess at least they're getting to see it from one side.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Hmm.
Mm. You know what it reminds me of?
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I
No,
thought it was going to
it
be.
what was that Coke that came with like it's almost like vanilla Coke, but almost like a cross between Coke and cream soda.
Yeah, it's definitely got that kind of. There's a. It tastes like an Oreo. Okay, there's a little bit of the cookie taste, and then there's that cream
And I love
filling
how
taste.
on the bottle it says besties for a limited time, and it says forever, but then they've crossed it out to say a limited time. Scan here to enter bestie mode. There's a QR code. I wonder what happens when you click that or scan that. Fizzy cookie. It says fizzy cookie flavored.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about right.
I like it actually. I'm sad. I'm sad that it's not going to be
Yeah,
around for long.
it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's for
I mean,
sure.
that's not a selling point. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. That makes it sound like it's bad.
No, I'm saying like no, I'm saying I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like gross.
Okay, but do you think it's gross at all?
No, actually, I think
Okay,
it's
that's what
pretty
I'm
darn
saying.
good.
Is you're saying it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Makes it sound like it's bad, but better than you expected, right?
So I scanned that
Mm-hmm.
QR code, and yeah, so they talk about the Oreo Coke flavor, the Coke flavored Oreo.
Yeah, I want to find those. So that's my hope for next week is to find the Coke flavored Oreos because I feel like that actually might taste better. But this is actually pretty good. So, um, so James, it's been a week. It's what you been up to? Anything fun and or exciting?
What I went last? I went to the Tournament
Yes,
of
yes. You
Kings.
mentioned that you were
That
going to
was
do that. So how did that
yeah,
go?
that was awesome, man. Like but the weird part was when I bought the tickets, we weren't in the country that I thought we were supposed to be in. It said we were supposed to be in Austria, but I think we ended up being in
Okay.
Spain, which I'm not mad about.
And did
But so it's
Austria
all a
win,
bunch.
and
It's
that's
a
why you're
bunch of
upset?
different. No, uh, wait, was it Paul? No, Bulgaria. I don't remember which one of them. One of the guy that won, or that won. I put it in air quotes. He was a dirty player, man.
Yes,
He's
and
kind of
bear in
dirty
mind the
player.
audience can't see you, so they don't know you're.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, I said air quotes. Um, but I don't know if he's always the dirty player, or if they kind of switch around with who gets to be a little dirty out
Yeah, for
there.
those of you just tuning in, James's camera is dead tonight for some reason. So
I like yeah. Yeah, I'm still working. I'm
So
trying to
you went to this? Was this a by yourself? Did you go with some friends, or what was that like?
No, I went. It was I went with somebody else. It was we went together,
You
and
went with
then
somebody else, and you went together. So was this just somebody from work that like was like, "Hey, I'll go," or was it a
no,
date? Oh, okay, okay,
yeah, you could say it was a
yeah.
date.
You're extremely elusive and so slightly confusing. So uh,
Yeah, no. So we had a good time. It was it was a fun outing because I've been wanting to go to this thing. I'd been wanting to go for a while, and because I've been to Medieval Times down in Anaheim.
mhm.
We did that for grad night, and so this was along the
Have you
same
ever been to
lines.
medieval times aside from grad night, or was that the only time you ever went?
That was the only time I went. Um, there is one um in at the mall in Baltimore, which it's like it's in a mall. They have an arena in it when I went to near where
Mhm.
my mom lives, and so she said she's been there. And the only reason I was really excited to go to Medieval Times was because I had written my term paper on knights and like that kind of medieval like the armor and all that kind of stuff. I had done my
Nerd.
term paper on that. Yeah, I know. Like castles and castles and knights and all that kind of stuff there.
Nerd. That's cool. Anything else fun that or exciting over the last week?
Um, I finally went. Oh, I finally went to
Okay.
Smash Burger.
How was that?
That was all. That was pretty good. Apparently they're changing their menus, bro. They well, I guess they're gone now because the other day when we went to Smash Burger, they had non uh like shakes that are non-dairy,
Okay.
and so they used, I guess they used like soda water or water or something like that, but they actually tasted really good though. Yeah, it was a non. I had a non-dairy Oreo shake, and it was actually really good. And then, but I had a brisket. I had a brisket burger that they have. So it's like some brisket on burger patties, and that was really good. But of course, the only reason I got that was because the other day they like a bunch of stuff was ending. So these non-dairy shakes going away, and this brisket burger that they had that was like the last day for it as well. And I was like, oh, well, I gotta try it now. The fries are pretty good. So the only thing that I don't like about them, it's the same issue that I have with Five Guys. Everything's a la carte.
So you don't like the fact that they don't have a combo meal?
Well, I just like the combo normally saves you a little bit.
Some places it
So
doesn't.
you
Some
gotta
places
buy
it's the same thing, but you just say, "Oh, let me get a one," but it ends up being the same price.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's just like that would make it, I don't know. It's just for me, I've always just like, put it together for me. But yeah, like the a la carte thing, it's I guess because it's just different, I guess, because other
Was it
fast food
expensive?
places.
Was
But
it
um yeah, I mean, price wise, it wasn't like cheap.
was
It
it like
wasn't
getting a
cheap. It
Red
was
Robin
because the
burger? Was it
burger.
like getting a McDonald's Big Mac? Was it
Mm, mm. No, it was like yeah, I mean, it was like a cross. It was a cross.
so your burger was what? Or
The
your sandwich was what? $10, $12?
No, it was actually because I got the double patty, it was like
Okay.
15, but it wasn't. It was a decent size, but not like if I'd gone to Red Robin, it would have been
Mhm.
bigger. It would have been a bigger burger in general. Like it wasn't like it. I was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I was full, but at the same time, like it's because I had drinking. I had water. I had the shake, and I had like the French fries. They had like the
Mhm.
shoestring French fries. And those are pretty good. They also have like the smash fries, which is like a truffle, like not truffle oil, but it's like almost not even Parmesan fries. It's like the oil they toss it in and put some like the Parmesan, not the Parmesan, the
Okay.
parsley on top. So those are actually pretty good too. But yeah, so like, but overall, it was just like I was kind of like, man, okay, I'll take it. But
Fair enough. Interesting that you bring up a burger place because I actually tried Candy Burger today. This is a food truck based out of Carson that
oh, okay,
I had tried reaching out to because I've been hearing all these rave reviews of Candy Burger, Candy Burger, Candy Burger, and um, I had tried reaching out to them for KaboomCon and just never got a response. And so they come to my office where I work usually like once a week, and I've never gone down. And finally today, one of my coworkers, well, that friend of the show, Daryl, he was like,
Daryl.
"Hey, let's go down there and get a burger." And I was like, "I'll go with you." So I went down and got to the little food truck, if you will. It's actually a trailer. It's not a food truck, but it's nice. It's like 50s Art Deco kind of, um, and or not Art Deco, but it's 50s, and it's they're playing 50s music, and it's kind of cool themed. Uh, but their menu is pretty limited, which is fine. I ordered a
Yeah.
triple bacon cheeseburger. It was
Okay.
with tax and everything about $10, and that's all I got was just the burger.
Mm.
Um,
Right.
and then proceeded to
So and things is it like everything's a la carte
yeah,
with them too?
and then I proceeded to wait about 30 minutes for the burger. Now I will say it was hot when I got it. It had just coming off the stovetop, right, or the flat top. But 30 minutes to wait
Right.
for a burger is yeah,
That's insanely long.
and so either they don't have enough grill top space back in there, or I'm not sure because I think they had 3 people working in this trailer. Um, and to me, they're making burgers and fries primarily, right? You should be able to crank out a burger
Yeah.
in about 8 minutes. You know this, I know this. Eight to
Yeah.
8 to 9 minutes is really what it should take to crank out a burger. So,
Yeah.
just because I'm getting a triple burger, and and I will say,
No,
like, it was
they're doing one patty
that's
at a time.
that's what's like. Okay, how many are they able
That's
to
what
cook
it
at a
felt
time?
like.
You know what I mean? So I will say it was
Yeah.
good. The bun was meh. It was just like a standard. Like I felt like a bun I could get anywhere. So
Was
no,
it
no,
like a
no. It was just
brioche bun or was it
it
just
was
like a
like
regular?
literally a regular hamburger bun that you could get anywhere. Um,
Oh.
and so that was a little disappointing. The wait, I was just like, okay, out of one side of my mouth, they're extremely popular, and I'm not sure why. I don't. Maybe I mean they do a lot of specialty burgers and stuff, and I don't. I'm basic, so I guess maybe there's that. So part of me is like, do I talk to them about KaboomCon next year? Speaking of KaboomCon next year,
Speaking
you're
of,
gonna want to tune in next week. We're going to be making some pretty massive announcements in regards to KaboomCon 25. Yeah,
next
so
week
hopefully James will have his camera working by then. Uh,
we're
yeah,
gonna
you
figure
better.
something out.
But yes, make sure you tune in next week. Not to tease, but at the end of the day, we got to get you to come back. So KaboomCon 2025, bigger, better, uncut, bigger, blacker,
Blacker.
and better. Fatter and blacker.
Fatter, blacker.
I can't stress enough. You're going to want to hear this and you're not going to want to miss out on this. It's going to be huge.
We need to drop we need flyers dropped in Carson so people who went and who know about it will tune into the show.
We'll just have a 747 fly over Carson and drop leaflets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the top of the show, trying to buy time for you to get on, I played a little video that gentleman had put together that works with Lawrence from Icy Sound Comics.
Yeah, that was that
so
was Jameson.
Jameson and Jeff wants to know: are we advertising Tyrus? Well, we did say fatter and blacker, so I guess we should. Well, when Tyrus is with us, when it's the three of us, we are the fatter and blacker.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jameson put together actually quite a few videos. So I have the Brent Anderson interview, the Chris Moranin interview, the the 97 and Now Cavalcade of Voice Actors video, and then of course the Icy Sound panel, and then as you saw that one, kind of him predominantly looking at Icy Sound booth, which for those of you that weren't in attendance, at least you got to see what that looked like. Nice and big with lots of banners and artwork and fun times. And then you got to see some of what the con floor looked like in the gym. But definitely tune in next week for a lot of KaboomCon 2025 information. We are having kind of a conspiracy meeting on Saturday night. We're getting all of the big wigs together to talk about KaboomCon 25 and kind of lay out what things are going to look like, feel like, taste, touch.
Taste.
Yeah. So, hey, so guess what?
Here's what the gym tastes
so,
like. What's
up? Next week on Thursday, I will be heading over to the red carpet for the Cordillera International Film Festival. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but Cordillera International Film Festival. Cordillera International Film Festival is actually one of the top 20 or top 15, I can't remember, largest film festivals in the world. Yeah, and that happens here in Northern Nevada. So this red carpet event is happening Thursday night in Sparks at the Galaxy Cinema. So I will be there working the red carpet as media with Pop Culture Kaboom. I'm sorry, yeah, with Pop Culture Kaboom. So I'll be there helping out, running the cameras, and maybe I'll jump the rope and try and talk to people. Who knows? So I don't know if you know one of the people that is the I think he's this. I don't remember if he's the CEO or the president or whatever. Is Bill Farmer. You certainly are. That is the voice of Goofy.
Oh,
yes. So he will be there.
Yeah.
And so I'm very much looking forward to hopefully meeting and getting to chat with him. So that'll be fun, exciting, and I'll give a full report over here, the following week on how that goes.
Of course.
Hey, we were talking about interesting food mashups. Did you hear about this? Did you see this? Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon. This is real. This isn't like April Fool's kind of thing. This is real. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cinnadust seasoning blend rub on bacon. I at first wanted to be like disgusted, but then the more I thought about it...
No, but actually that sounds kind of good.
Of course, my only problem is that it's Hormel Black Label bacon, and it's pretty thinly cut. And so that Cinnadust is likely on the outside. So
on the outside, yeah. So I thought the Black Label was the thick cut stuff.
I mean, I'm just looking at these pieces, and they don't look that thick to me.
Well, you're also looking at a flat picture. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Anytime I look at a picture of bacon, it always looks. I mean, I've seen some that are like.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to show off the thickness, you'd want to like angle that camera down.
Yeah, I think it's because also they want to get the cinnamon toast crunch pieces around it. So.
I don't know. What do you think? Would you try this? Would you eat this?
Yeah, I tried that.
Okay, I want you to go find it. I want you to try it, and I want you to tell me, should I get it?
It's bacon. I mean.
So next up, I wanted to go through just very briefly, because we didn't do this last week. I wanted to give a moment to all of the cosplay contest winners from KaboomCon. So first up, this is Rachel Roberts, who won for the anime category as Nezuko. Next up, we have, this is Rosemary Ruiz. I'm sorry, that's not correct. This is Ken's Sturzel for the DC category as Raven.
Yeah, Raven.
Here we have, for the Disney category, Isabella Hansen as a Ahsoka, who, for some reason, Jimmy couldn't say that name.
Yeah. He made fun of me because I wasn't able to say like some anime name, but that was Ahsoka Tano was way easier than some anime name, and he couldn't.
This is the group winner. This is obviously Rainbow Bright, Skeletor, and She-Ra. Tyler Gomez, Cheyenne Snyder, and Sarv Snyder, I believe, maybe.
Yeah.
Next up, we have this is. For the indie category, Michaela Hansen as a fairy princess. Not exactly sure what property this is from, but we'll go with it. This is Rosemary Ruiz for the Marvel category as Loki.
She didn't have. She didn't have the thing on.
This is Charity Meadows for winner of the Star Wars category. The Jawa.
That was a good one.
I would say to me, this is probably my favorite because clearly you can tell a lot of this was custom built, made, and so I think I immensely appreciated this outfit. I think
Yeah,
that's the
it was
last
good.
one. Oh no, I lied. There's one more.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's for
So
video
this
game.
is for video game. Chantel Davis as the original villager.
Yeah, NPC.
Hiya,
I was like,
nice to
that's
meet
awesome.
you, Governor. Never played the game, so I wonder if it's an actual NPC in the background or. Uh,
That's what I feel like it is. It's like even when because she didn't really say it, she just walked up, held her sign up, and I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
So
clever.
one of the things that we talked about last week that we were going to release and unveil here tonight, for those of you that were not at KaboomCon, you did not get to see the world premiere screening of the Murphy's Inc. Ash Can.
Murphy's Inc.
So this
Yeah.
right here, this book,
Yeah.
brought to life. And we're going to do that right now. You ready?
Ooh,
Go.
yes.
IC Sound Comics presents a special edition episode of Murphy's Inc. Get me off this thing! Present day. Time jump prep.
Monitoring crew are a go, Professor Gleason.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, everyone. How are our wayward travelers? Vitals check, please.
Tip-top shape, Professor Gleason. They're good to go.
Very good. What's the final word, Agent Michael?
I say let's get this show on the road. Be back before lunch.
Ignore him, Professor. Michael gets grumpy before lunch.
Let's see if we can grab the artifact and have you both back for lunch, Bob. Ready? Going green on my mark, everyone. Be careful. No unnecessary travels. Green on. 3, 2, 1, go!
Gleason, abort. We missed the target zone. Gleason!
See you back for lunch, he says. Didn't know we were lunch. Michael to Gleason. Abort. We went too far. How's yours?
I hear something ahead. Keep pushing.
I'm not going to like this, am I?
Definitely not.
Gleason! Gleason!
Deep breath.
You okay?
Yeah, no brakes.
Thank goodness.
I'm still down.
Not like Gleason at all. This is way off target. What happened? We need to reassess our gear on safer ground.
Agreed. We couldn't have landed in a more hostile place or time. Oh, is it me? Or do I keep putting my foot in my mouth?
Maybe if we just back away slowly.
have a lock on them.
Send them over as soon as you can. We must try to grab them before they're lost to us.
Sending them over to you, Professor.
Got them. Michael, this is Gleason. I've got a lock on you. Hang tight.
Professor! Abort! We are not on target!
Oh no. Move it! Let's move it while we can, Michael. This is our chance. We can duck away in the cave.
Let's hope we can reconnect with the professor while it's possible. I'm ready to check out from here once and for all. Maybe we will get the chance to signal Professor Gleason.
Listen, I hear movement over there. Oh no.
Follow the full adventure in the comic book and audio drama brought to you by 97 to Now Productions. The story was by Mark Helton, edited by Kathy Martin and Lawrence Iriarte. Script and art by the dynamic father-son duo of Lawrence and Diego Iriarte. Sound design by Joe Bly of Kiana Music. The cast included Mark Helton as Gleason, Kathy Marie Bly as Sharon, Shandon Loring as Michael, and Monica Wolfkill as Barb. Tune in next time for further adventures of Murphy's Inc.
Well, James, was that the first time you've seen that all the way through?
Yeah, I purposely didn't. I made sure not to.
What'd you think?
That was awesome.
So bear in mind, everyone, that is what we would call,
Kind of a concept, yeah.
Yeah,
Like concept
that is
video,
an
though.
alpha. That is, we took this ash can, 12 pages, by the way. When you think about the interior, it's only 12 pages.
And black and white.
They
added
not
color.
only did they add
Oh.
color, but you've got the audio, you've got the audio effects, you've got voice actors. You had some slight animatics, as they're called. Like when they're coming over the waterfall and stuff like that. And this is what IC Sound Comics is going to be about. This is what we're going to do with all of our properties. They're going to have the visual for the comic, the audio that we're going to create, and then they'll also have long term those video presentations, if you will.
That's okay. I thought that was just
no. We'll talk more, but we're trying to change the game, man.
Yeah, I know they're trying. I know there was a game change, but
So, that again, 12 pages for a 7-minute video. Imagine a full length graphic novel at around 90 to 100 pages. What that could be.
Yeah, So that's a feature length
That,
film.
that is correct. So
Yeah, that's a feature.
obviously, you know, we're not going to do full animation on any of this stuff because, well, we just don't have the capacity or the budget. But you know, when
Right.
you're already, you know, you think
That
about the
takes
way that these
manpower.
guys do their artwork. They're basically making
Huge.
storyboard panels.
Yeah. So I mean, like literally, if somebody wanted to pick this up, it's like, oh, here we already have this.
Yeah,
for you.
I mean,
Set up.
it makes when we eventually go to pitch Murphy's Inc. the comic to someone to make a movie out of. Oh, here, just watch this. Now turn that into live action or animation. Yeah.
Make this happen. Make this happen.
So again, Icy Sound Comics. It sounds like it's planning to go bigger, better, blacker for year 2 of KaboomCon. So I think I'm excited. I'm excited for that to see what gets brought.
Yeah.
Because we can only go bigger and better.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it is
Ain't
weird
going
doing
back.
this show without you like actually being on screen, and you know, I feel like I'm talking to a disembodied
Yeah,
figure.
You could always. Is my box available? You can at least have
No,
that up
so
there.
I actually have it on right now. It won't throw that on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Disrespectful. What's disrespectful is not getting your computer stuff in line before trying to even log in, which is a half hour before we do the show.
Yeah, and I was starting. My computer restarted, and it was taking. For some reason, it wasn't coming up, and then all of a sudden, like, when I got into here, I hit camera. You know, I hit for my camera to turn on because it said it was crossed out, and I hit to turn it on, and it was like, make sure your camera's not in use on something else. And I was like, I don't have anything else open that can use my camera.
I don't know what to tell you. So switching gears just a little bit. Did you check out the new trailer, the world trailer from Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Oh, that's what that was. I saw it and I was like, oh, I've already seen this.
It is.
So it's different.
It's kind of just a video that, as if you were just a fly going around the countryside of where this game is taking place, to just take in the breadth and depth of the society and what's going on. You know, walking through a village, if you will. It's cool because one of the things I've always loved about the Assassin's Creed games, especially since Origins, is yeah, man, they've just done such a great job.
Like they have, and like I know Origins was also the first one that had that explore mode too, which was pretty cool. I didn't do all of it, but I did some of it going through, like just the especially like the pyramids, the Great Pyramids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, and one of the things I remember when Odyssey came out was they were actually using, and they did it with they went back and did it with Origins after, but they started it with Odyssey to make it where kids in school could have access to the exploration mode or whatever, and could learn the history of that society in that time period while seeing truly what it looks like. And Ubisoft hires, archaeologists, historians, everything. And everyone says that from a historical perspective, these games in these time periods and everything are true. You know, if you take the fiction of Assassin's Creed out of it and you just look at the period and everything, they are accurate.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. I mean, like I said, I've always just liked, when you can get to that high point and really, when what was it? What is it called? When you get the sync points, and you get that, and you're syncing that tower or whatever you're on, so you can use that as a fast jump. But you get that whole 360 scope of the area that you're in, and that's
I agree. Especially the first time in every game usually is one of the best. One of my favorites.
And normally that's when you get that's when also the first time is also normally when you get the when you get the intro's done.
Or that's the actual start of the opening credits, if you will. Like one of the first times they did that, if you think back, was Assassin's Creed 3.
2. Oh, I thought they did that in 2. With when we first meet Ezio, it's you're racing.
Yeah, I think my favorite though is 3 because you're on that ship and you climb up to the top of the crow's nest and you see America, coming through the clouds.
Oh yeah,
that to me is still probably one of my favorite openings to an Assassin's Creed game.
That was
If only the rest of the game had been so good.
That was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the rest of the game.
It's just it's not great. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. But I enjoyed that one.
Did you?
Because actually, that was a setup. That was kind of the setup for Black
Did
Flag.
you finish Mirage? What did you think? Yeah, it was fine, right?
I was kind of disappointed, and I mean, I like the story overall was like okay, that's cool, but I was like, bro, what? That's kind of disappointing.
It very much felt like
there was a lot of build up for
and especially for me, one of the things that I've loved about the Assassin's Creed series is the interplay between the modern storyline.
Yeah, but this was pulled out of that. This is basically there was no and that's the thing. There was no animus involved. There was no real. You never left.
Yeah, there was nothing to do with the Templars and the Assassins.
Well, and even I mean, if you think about how what was that? How Valhalla kind of ended. There was nothing really. You left the animus to go find that spot. You freed what's his name? And then you get pulled into the machine and he somehow still alive.
Basim.
By touching the staff. And Basim, he touches the staff and he's fine now, and then he goes on, and then all of a sudden he appears, he goes in the animus, and you kind of continue.
Yeah, I feel like they've really, going back to Assassin's Creed 3, I think is where they kind of everything went sideways with the modern storyline, because it was so good with Desmond from 1 to 2 to Brotherhood to Revelations, and Revelations to me wasn't even great, but it was good. And then 3, it was good, and
because that was the end of that story, right?
Yeah, they killed Desmond at the end of it, but
that's right.
That forward, they released Juno and all of this, the precursor race, everything that had led up to that point kind of just fell apart after that.
Yeah, everything, and then 3 was decent, but again, it was one of those things where it's the animus, then you were, that's right, 3 you were, it was just it was that first person
4,
view,
Black Flag.
Going around.
That was 4, Black Flag.
Huh?
3 was with Connor.
3 not have that? No, I know that, but I'm saying, did 3 not have anything outside of the animus?
That's the one where they're in the temple and Desmond has to, and the world's supposed to be coming to an end from an electro discharge from the sun. And so Desmond is climbing around the temple, and when he's out of the animus, he's climbing around the temple to unlock the different parts of the temple. And so at the end, he unlocks the temple fully and has to make the choice of either sacrificing himself to release Juno or sacrificing the majority of the world, but keeping Juno locked up.
Right.
And then he sacrifices himself, dies, and that's the end of 3. Then 4 is where there's the first person and you're walking around Abstergo.
Right. Okay. So that's 4. Okay. And then so it was Black Flag and Unity was the same way, right?
Yeah, more or less.
and then there was Rogue, but then that was actually the same first person view, but that was you joined the Templars. And you find out that we've known that Abstergo is like a Templar
right, which we already
organization.
knew.
Right.
And then after that, you had Syndicate, which honestly, I don't even remember
Was
what
that?
the outside the Animus was.
No, we didn't get Layla until Layla came in Odyssey.
Yeah, but before that was
Odyssey?
Syndicate. Okay.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, but I don't think we were introduced. Yeah, but no, we didn't. I don't remember. I don't remember
I don't
outside
either.
Animus
Like
in that one.
that's the sad part is I don't remember Syndicate at all. I remember thinking it was a fine game at the time, but in hindsight, like
I mean, actually, I played it all the way through, and actually, I was kind of disappointed. The only thing that upset me is that I found out about the whole fight thing. I found that out after I'd already like leveled up my fighting, and I was like, oh, well, I could have used that. But um, I did like Syndicate, but I also I got the DLC for it, so I had the India mission. Was that a part of the game? Yeah, that was part of it. Never mind. No, but I'm talking about actually the one after. So the Jack the Ripper was the one that the DLC that I really wanted, and that's also why I got the season pass for that. Oh, I enjoyed the Jack the Ripper one. I enjoyed that.
And then
I liked because I liked the way they
and I think enough fans had like caused a wave of like frustration about the modern storyline not being involved enough by then that when they went to Origins, we got introduced to what seemed like it was going to be the new Desmond.
Right. And she kind of was.
But never really. Like, I never felt attached to her like I did Desmond.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess because I mean, then we only got like what 2 games or no? Because no, I'm sorry, she started
in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
Odyssey, and then and Valhalla. So yeah, but again, it was just yeah, I liked her. Again, it was just one of those things that it's always so weird outside. You're so simple, whereas in the game, like in the game, you're doing you're fighting, you're like, even with Desmond, you're like sneaking everywhere. You had to like be sneaky, and it was like you don't get to actually
and one of the things that
fight.
When you think about back to the Desmond games was the bleeding effect, where that didn't really happen with Layla.
Right, that did not happen with her. But also, you have to also remember that was like a bootleg Animus.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they stole it from Abstergo, but it was it wasn't really, it was a prototype.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like they missed the mark with Layla, and then obviously with Mirage. I feel like they made Mirage just to sell units because it's probably the shortest Assassin's Creed game since the first Assassin's Creed.
Right. Actually, I think it was even shorter than that one.
And again, good game. I enjoyed it, but it was very short. The story was, to me, it's unnecessary. It could have just been a Prince of Persia game and it would have been fine. It didn't need to be Assassin's Creed.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah. Like, I think, kind of understanding where, because you never quite really understood Basim from.
I mean, there's so many characters that we get in all the different games that I don't need a background game for that. I think they just, in my opinion, I think they just did it to sell units, and it worked beautifully. Good for them.
Yeah.
I just, if I had known going into that game that there is no modern story, if I had known that we're not going to get any forward movement on the big picture of the Assassin's Creed universe, I don't know if I would have got it. And that would have been the first one that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Because all of them have always pushed that forward narrative. It's even like, what was it? Liberation, yes.
Liberation. Yeah.
All of them have always pushed the main story forward in some way, the modern story, but that So I really hope with Shadows.
Yeah, and then we didn't have any of the because none of the people that we've known. I mean, even though we found out, uh, all the assassins group we haven't seen for we haven't seen them since what, uh 3.
That's not true.
So
we had multiple
they,
in 4. We had Desmond's father in he was involved with Layla.
Yeah,
and we had technically, if you really want to think about it, we had Desmond in Valhalla.
Huh?
So the end of the game, Layla goes back in and she meets up with Desmond. That's Desmond. Desmond's not dead.
Oh, the
that's
disembodied voice thing.
Seriously?
I didn't realize that was
Desmond. It's the same voice actor.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm just saying I didn't.
That was Desmond.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize.
Makes you want to go back and replay it, doesn't it?
But not really. But
that's where I got frustrated because it's like that's Desmond. I thought that it was going to lead to something, whether it was him getting reincarnated or something.
And then she ended up getting trapped in that thing with him. Yeah,
so I don't know. It makes me wonder if we're going to come back again at some point to them, whether that's in Shadows or there's already 2 other games that are lined up. I think Hex is next. Codename Hex.
That's which one? There's one that I heard that was going to be phone based.
Yes, and that one takes place predominantly in China, if I remember correctly. This one Shadows is Japan, and the one that's
right.
But that was the side scroller, and so that the one you're thinking of is, I believe, it's Codename Red. Was that one Codename Jade? I think Jade. That one's supposed to take place in China, and it's supposed to be mobile based, which will be interesting. I haven't seen anything for it in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything for the codename codename Red or Jade.
This is Red.
Or maybe this was this
Shadows was codename Red.
Okay.
Codename Jade is, I think you're right, it's the mobile China game, and Codename Hex is the one that is going to revolve around witches. Well, I'm not sure. They haven't confirmed that it's like the Salem witch trials. It sounded to me like it's probably going to take place in Europe. Yeah. So I'll be curious to see, for sure, if it takes place in the Americas during the Salem witch trial, I would be even more down for that. But I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, it could also jump too, which would be cool if they did that, because they haven't done that ever.
What I really want is just something that takes place in the last, 50 years.
Yeah, we need we've never seen this whole fight's been going on, but it's all shadows.
Yeah, the closest we got.
I mean,
kind of think about it. Aside from some of the pull aways out of the Animus, the closest we ever got was really Syndicate to modern times, or some of the World War II moments that you had that were a part of Syndicate. But
that were part of Syndicate.
Otherwise, that's the closest we've gotten to seeing something like that. So I don't know. I feel like.
Yeah, was that true that the Eiffel Tower had guns on it? I didn't know about that. Yeah, I mean, I saw it in the game, and I was like, "Hey, is this true?"
So switching gears, Marvel Television released Agatha All Along episodes 1 and 2 today at 6 p.m.
Oh.
Finally, 3 years later.
Yeah, and actually, that I like the fact that they actually threw that in there.
So
in the first episode,
you've watched them both then?
No, I just watched the first episode. I didn't get.
Gotcha. I watched both episodes. I was like, okay, I really kind of want to understand what is going on. And I'll say I loved the first episode. It very much was a callback to WandaVision conceptually. I think they did a fantastic job with that.
I really like how it was hot, and so she starts peeling away the clothes, and it's the costumes that she had in WandaVision.
Obviously, you know, spoiler alert. Sorry. But episode 1 starts off feeling they basically set it up as if this is a detective television show, and
it was called something else.
Agnes, as they call her in that, she's you know a detective that's something's happened, but you know I could tell before they even rolled the opening credits that set it up as a like television show. I was like, okay, this is WandaVision. Like, I get it. I get what they're doing here. And then like continually having the nods throughout the episode where like, is this really how you see yourself? You know, I loved that setup, and the thing that I'm most intrigued by.
What is her in this picture, the other one,
Aubrey Plaza?
What's her name? Yeah, I've liked her since she was on Legion, which was like a precursor to it was supposed to be like a precursor to X-Men type deal.
Okay.
It was on FX. It was a show on FX where she played it was like her character. She always has these kind of weird
or after
dark,
Parks and Rec.
Oh, I think it might have been after, but I didn't remember. I didn't really watch Parks and Rec. That's the only reason.
Because I know her from Parks and Rec, and she was brilliant on that show. So,
yeah, like she's like I said, like in this other one, it was a weird Legion was it was a weird show. In general, but it was her characters are always so interesting for me.
Fair enough. And I love some of these posters they made where it basically is a play on a movie poster.
Yeah. Nice.
Obviously Rocky Horror.
Nice.
This one I'm not quite sure what it is, but
I think that's like the Puppet Master.
Yeah. So so you only watched the first one. You said you started the second one. What are your thoughts wherever you're at this point?
You know what? I'm actually find myself at least so far I find myself a lot more interested in it than I thought I was going to be, because like we had talked about it before, and I was like I'm going to watch it.
I would agree. Going into it, I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch this because it's a part of the MCU and I need to know what's going on, because I'm sure there's going to be some way that it plays in ultimately. But I actually really like it. It is.
Yeah. So also real quick, was that a confirmation of Wanda being?
I don't know. And
that's what I'm confused by.
They also, I don't know if you heard, but they just announced, didn't announce, it's rumored that we're going to get a Wanda or a Scarlet Witch movie in 2026.
Yeah.
So
because I remember there's this whole theory that when the tower was falling, you see there's apparently like a red streak that flies out. So
I guess I'd have to go back and rewatch frame by frame.
That's again, it was like it was rumored.
Yeah, and sometimes rumors are true. So there was always that rumor for a long time that the first phase 1 of the MCU, the first 6 films or whatever, that all took place up to the Avengers film, took place in a week. Oh, you've never heard this theory?
What?
Yeah, so
no.
The theory was that the Iron Man thing happens, and within that same week, uh, the Hulk has
They
his
fought.
thing at the college campus, and within that same week, then you have Thor comes to Earth and the Destroyer and all of that, and so there's
Right.
it's called is it Nick's Big Week or let me see.
I've
Nick
never
Fury's
heard that
Big
before.
Week. Yes. So this is it's Fury's Big Week. So there's actually a Wikipedia page on this. So it's
Wait, are you talking about from the time? Are you talking about from the time that he comes to him and says, "You think you're the only one"?
hold on. So Marvel's The Avengers Prelude, Fury's Big Week, or simply Fury's Big Week, is a limited series comic book published by Marvel Comics as an official tie-in comic to the MCU, specifically the 2012 film Marvel's The Avengers. The comic was written by Eric Pearson, from stories by himself and Chris Yost, with art by various pencilers. Blah blah blah. Marvel began releasing tie-in comics in 2008. Yada yada yada. Okay, where's the plot? The World Security Council shuts down Shield's search for Captain America's crashed plane in the Arctic, as well as the surveillance on Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, in favor of Project Pegasus, Shield's attempt at exploiting the Tesseract. Blah blah blah. And so it goes on to explain that all of this stuff kind of happens in a very narrow time frame. And so, if you remember in the Hulk, what's his name? That Hulk, the first Hulk film. There's a moment where he and Liv Tyler, I can't remember her character name, Betty Ross.
Betty Ross.
They're
Yeah, that's
he
Ross.
has like had his big moment, fight, but he has her, and they're on like this mountainside, and kind of like in a cave, and
Yeah.
he like roars at the thunder. When he
Yeah.
roars at the thunder, if you look in the background, you can see what looks like the Thor falling through from the sky when he got sent down, when he got cast out by Odin.
But I don't remember where that happened. I mean, I don't remember where he landed when that happened. So,
I'm just saying, go back and
okay.
go look this up. But there is a theory that ultimately everything up to I think it's the end of Captain America kind of takes place within about a week, and then Avengers, the film, only takes place I think 3 months after, and that's actually canon, and it's said in Avengers, to Tony, 3 months ago you came out as Iron Man, blah blah blah. So what it's also saying is that between Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 was about a week, because both of those films happened before the Avengers.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna have to,
So all this to say, like, that there's tie-ins, that there's going to be something that comes out of this series. But to your point about Scarlet Witch, watching those things frame by frame very well could be there. I have not done that. I'd be more inclined to just look up and see if somebody else has done the work.
I think somebody else did. I think that's where I like kind of caught a glimpse of it.
So it does say Marvel Studios confirmed Scarlet Witch's death in the book Marvel Studios, The Marvel Cinematic Universe, An Official Timeline. The book describes Wanda's actions as ending two major threats to the multiverse. So I don't have that book. I haven't read that book. Kind of want to now, because if there's stuff like that is official, I kind of want to see that.
And I want to know, what threats did she stop?
Yeah. Well, yeah, herself being one. And the other being the Darkhold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is, I'm looking at a page from the book. It says, the Scarlet Witch is finally stopped by what she loves, her children, who are safe and happy with their own mother, but are terrified of this sinister version of her. I would never hurt you. Scarlet Witch says before recognizing that's no longer true, as the kindly 838 Wanda gathers the boys and assures the heartbroken Scarlet Witch they will be loved. The Wanda Maximoff of Universe 616 surrenders. She destroys Wundagore and collapses it upon herself, ending two great threats to all of the multiverse. So that it doesn't say that she's dead, but it insinuates that she, as well as Wundagore, were the two threats.
Oh, okay. I mean, she was definitely a threat. Yeah, like it's the fact that she was sending all that stuff to try and get America.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the first. See, and this is where like I get so annoyed because now I got to go read a separate book to know this. Like, do I look like a nerd?
Yeah.
I don't read books. So yeah. Anything else fun and or exciting going on?
Nothing immediate. I will. Well, I'll be going to Hawaii at the end of October.
That's random.
Well, I talked to my dad, and actually, when I was trying to get it earlier, but the way that everything, like I said, when I did my my leave bid, my annual leave bid, I had kind of talked to my dad about, possibly going to Hawaii in October. And he was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And so I was like, cool. And so, but again, it was just the way that the bids were set up. I think I told you how they apparently put out a calendar that had the weeks broken down. But then on the bid itself, it just gave us the weeks. It didn't give us dates or anything. So that other calendar, I didn't even really know about. And so when I went to go do my bid, I was trying to figure out, I was like, okay, I know what week 1 is. And so I was kind of trying to do it that way. But when I ended up putting in the week that I thought it ended up not being correct, because that was supposed to be the week of the con. And then this other week I was trying to get earlier in October, but it ended up being the end of October going into the end of last week of October going into November. So I'll be going to Hawaii for a few days, for a number of days.
To hang out? Got anything planned? Just you and your dad?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, so we're going. Well, there's a couple things that I want to do. So I met some people from Hawaii, and I was asking them, and so they gave me their business card and was like, yeah, let us know, and we'll give you the information that you need. And so I was. So they actually texted. They sent me a text yesterday, and so I responded to that. So I want to do the. They call it the Jurassic Valley. I can't remember the actual name. It's like a ranch where they shoot a lot of films in Hawaii. So it's like this area that's kind of it's a working ranch, but they also have it's just this huge just acreage of where and areas where they've shot films, and they have kind of placards where they shot different things. And there's a whole tour that takes you on I think it's like a 2.5 hour tour or something like that goes around, and they show you the different spots, and they stop, and you can get off, take pictures and stuff like that. So that's one of the things I really want to do. And I really want to go to a luau, an actual, like an authentic luau.
And Dole Plantation?
If it's on the Big Island, then I wouldn't mind checking it out. Like, I have to do some research.
You didn't answer my question.
I kind of
forgot. Just you and your dad, or?
Well, yeah. As of now, it's just me and my dad. I don't know if anybody else is going to come with us.
Are there others that were invited? Because I know I certainly wasn't.
No, it was mostly like we had invited family, and then like my brother was, but I think he has a wedding to go to like previous. So
Okay. Sounds pretty lame. Cool. So, well, I can't stress enough, folks. Tune in next week. We have
Next week.
so many major announcements around KaboomCon 2025 that we'll be making. You're going to want to be here. You're going to want to know this stuff day one, because you're not going to want to miss out on. So,
get it early.
we already did announce that it's going to be a multi-day event. So I said multi. Multi is more than one.
That's true.
Jackass. Well, I don't have anything else. So if you don't have anything else, then I say we call it good.
I think we should.
Well, I like this. I like this format where we don't have to look at your ugly mug. So maybe don't fix your camera.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know. I've been in the settings and everything. Nothing is changed, and so I don't know what's
All right. Well, say goodbye, James.
Goodbye, James.